Good morning. We're back again for day 8 of 66 days on how to have a productive business in real estate. Um, one one thing I could definitely tell you that this is working. So for the last 5 years, I have been fighting myself on doing consistent videos. I've done them, but then the next day I would not be consistent, and with me fighting it, this is the eighth day now I'm doing this. Now I've done other videos within that 8 days, like we've done Tactic Tuesday, we've promoted a couple properties. I actually look forward to recording these and getting this information out to you. So this is great. This is good stuff. So today, or actually last night, I was reading the Millionaire Real Estate Agent book, and this is a great segue into day 8. So in the MREA book on page 305, Mary Harker, who hopefully she still is a millionaire real estate agent. She's not retired. She's doubled her income, but she was from Dallas, Texas. And one of the quotes that she put in here was, one of the key one of the key keys to my success has been masterminding and associating with higher achieving, optimistic agents. I believe in this so much. I believe, like, when my first 5 years in real estate, I was never taught this. I was taught close your door, nobody gets your secrets, nobody's going to share with you. And that wasn't the fact. These people who are successful, these doors are so wide open that they've removed their door. They want to lead with contribution. They are not afraid of you as competition. What they want to do is better the industry. They want to make this the best industry. So they're passing their trade on to you for no charge, because they want you to do it right. And that's awesome, because that leads us into today. And I'm a big fan of this. It's called Q&A, question and answer. Okay, quality control. And it doesn't have to be on things that failed, things that were negative. This could be things that you were successful at. So we're going to break that down today, and I'll give you a couple scenarios. But that is the next step in running a successful, productive business in real estate. So let's take the negative. Let's get that out of the way. All right. Somebody forgets to write a contract. How would you Q&A that? Who do you sit down with? Who is responsible for that? So it's not just like, hey, this is your fault, you're responsible. Overall, the team lead is responsible for everybody. If one cog in a machine that has 13 cogs breaks down, if those 12 other cogs do not pick up the workload, the machine's shut. It's closed off. So imagine having a machine that has 13 cogs. If one of them goes, that machine is still going. That machine can't break the machine. And that's what Q&A is going to do for you. Okay? So whether it's talking to somebody on the phone, getting deals written up, you want to Q&A this. And you really don't want to Q&A something negative in front of anybody. You can use it as a learning experience down the line. Like if there's a scheduled training for Tuesday or Thursday, you can bring these topics up. I totally agree with that. But when it happens, unless it's something major and it needs to be addressed, hold off. Do it at the end of the day and be positive doing it. So you're never going to say, hey, this is your fault. This is what you should have done. You're going to ask the right questions. What should you have done? If you had a chance to go back in time an hour or 2 hours ago, what would you have done? And it's amazing how you're going to see the answers. Mike, I was overloaded. Mike, I did this wrong. I would have changed this. Okay, great. So going forward, this is what we're going to do. And that's a great way of taking a negative, turning it into a positive, and making sure that doesn't happen again. Now, on the better side, hey, well, let me go back to that. So when you're in the negative, right, one of the things I always believe in, we're never going to succeed over and over and over and over again. We're going to fail. I mean, many inventors, business people, they fail. We fail all the time. We fail in life. We fail, 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 fail. But failing forward, that is what you want to do. You want to learn from where you failed, so this way you can take it to the next level. And you probably will make the same mistake, once in a blue moon, but it'll be very rare. So failing forward, that definitely should be in your list with the Q&A for day 8. So going into the success part, this is the part I love. And it's sad too, because successful people will do it, but the average person, the average agent, the average business person will not only will they not celebrate their successes, but they won't break them down. They'll just say, hey, I'm going to do this again. Well, do you even know what you did? I mean, and be honest with yourself. If I get a phone call today and out of the blue, this person I haven't spoken to in 5 years calls me up and says, Mike, I'm going to list my house $600,000 in Warminster, PA. Hey, that's great. Yeah, I'm going out there. Hey, and everybody's saying, Mike, that's a great listing, $600,000. Oh, where did you get that? You're awesome. You should teach a class on how to get that. And I'm like, you get the ego, and then all of a sudden you're like, I didn't do anything to get that. They called me. I didn't reach out to this person for 5 years. That's not good. That's not good. So when you're breaking that down, hey, pat yourself on the back. They remembered you. But pat yourself on the back. All right. But imagine this. If that one person that didn't communicate with you for 5 years called you up, wanted to list a $600,000 house, how many other people were thinking about selling their house that you didn't talk to in those last 5 years? So with that success, though, even though that's a success, I'm changing it up. I'm getting really into my 33 touch. I know I have to call my database at least 4 times out of the year and so forth. Communication. Another one is, Mike, you just did an open house. How'd you get 13 offers? You only have my property on the market for 4 days. You got me 30,000 over asking. I'm going to break this one down because this one's important. There's a company out there that I want everybody to join. Everybody. Okay, they got 2 different programs. I'm not going to go into it. You research it. You have any questions, you give me a call back. A company out there called 72 Sold. I'm not going to get into them. That's a whole different class. With that program, you're taking the old way of selling real estate back in the 70s, 80s, and 90s, and you're adding technology to it. So I get all these compliments. I got all these offers. How did I do it? Well, I advertised the property coming soon. I put the sign out there. I advertised it for 4 days. Nothing on, no showings. I had a professional photographer. I did everything right, staged everything. And then on the very first day of the showings, I had a 4 to 6 hour open house. I created a value at this property. So normally, as agents, when we go through properties, people will say something negative. I was there to counter that. I really don't think this property is worth $480,000. Well, that's funny because this is our first day of showing and we got 2 offers and both are over asking. I totally understand this house may not be for you, but I have a demand for this property and there's already 2 offers on the table. So I apologize for wasting your time. And then all of a sudden they're like, oh, wait a minute, I want this property. I'm creating interest into that property. And that's important for the first day of showings. And then after that, you show it for 3 more days. Wound up getting another 7 offers after that. Cut the showings off. Meeting of the minds. We decide to counter. We didn't decide to counter. Best and final. We didn't do a best and final. Reached out to the top 3 offers and say, hey, look, this is what we need. Yes, we got 30,000 over asking. And that is the system. That is how you Q&A it. And you write it down. You have an outline. So this way, when you're doing your listing checklist, who here does a listing checklist? Consumer notice, listing contract. What do you do in the pre-listing when you're talking to the person? I got to ask them the pre-listing questions. I got to send them out a pre-listing package. Then when I meet them, I got to interview the property, and then when the paperwork, consumer notice, listing contract, all the way down till you get it listed. Well, when you get it listed, why not add something in between that and the under contract of how you're going to get it under contract? So it's pre-listing, listing, listing to under contract, and then under contract to settlement. How awesome is that? And that is all from Q&A. And question and answer, question and answer. All right, well, I hope you like this one. Stay tuned. You'll have another one for day 9. And if you ever need any questions, mortgage, real estate, title, or whatever, give me a call, 267-549-2505.